You're listening to the Weekend Game Plan with Matthew Ross. Brought to you by Royal Ceramic, the consumer and contractor destination for incredible tile selection and much more. Visit royalceramic.com. The Weekend Game Plan on TSN 690.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon.
Welcome back. Weekend Game Plan on TSN 690. We're here till 9 a.m. and then it's Mitch Gallo and the Play It Again radio show. A reminder tonight on TSN 690, the DePodium Mini Entrepot Habs pregame show at 5, followed by Habs Wings with Dan and Sergio on the call, live from the Bell Center. Tonight, the Del Mar Habs postgame show. And concurrently on TSN690.ca, CF Montreal is in Toronto to take on Toronto FC. And that's a 7:30 kickoff on our website only. Joey Alfieri, Grant Needham on the call. More of your texts on our question of the day related to the Habs. That's coming up for Habs Breakfast in a few short minutes. Time for Mark.
Weekend Game Plan gets out into the community with Suburban Newspaper sports editor Mark Lidbetter and the Amateur Sports Report.
All right, Mark, sports@thesuburban.com for Mark's coordinates if you want to reach him for this segment or for the newspaper. Let us start on the gridiron.
Yeah, and in just his 9th season as head coach of the John Abbott College Islanders football team, Patrick Gregory has achieved a milestone few attain as he has hit the elusive tier of 50 wins. Now, taking the reins in 2012, Coach Pat faced a challenge because in the 5 years prior to his arrival, the Islanders had won only 34% of their games and missed the playoffs in each of those 5 years. So focusing on the young men in front of him and the winning tradition that was very present in the earlier years at Abbott, he started the transformation both on and off the field. And the speed with which he attained 50 wins is impressive. Over 9 years, Coach Pat has won 68% of his games, 77% over the last 4 seasons. They've made it through the playoffs to the Bowl Door games 3 times, and the 2019 tight-knit crew of players and coaches won the championship Bowl Door. Now, Coach Pat's 50th win came on home turf at Abbott on October 7th against the CEGEP Duluth away, and then 2 more wins followed. And today, the second-place Islanders travel to CEGEP Montmorency to wrap up the regular season and start prepping for the playoffs. And the winner of this game will take first place in the division. So good luck to your alma mater.
Yeah, indeed. Weekend Game Plan on TSN 690 at 1 o'clock against Montmorency in Laval today. It's Weekend Game Plan, the Amateur Sports Report. Mark, over to baseball. Not too cold for some more baseball talk.
No, never mind the Astros, because the Montreal East Tigers didn't get enough baseball this summer in Little League play. So the squad signed on for the Montreal Fall Baseball League. And the Pee Wee level team had a great second season as they claimed the championship for the Fall League. Now, coached by Jeremy Velosa in the summer and also this fall, the majority of the team is Dominicans, and a lot of the training is done in Spanish. Plus, many of the kids have never played baseball before this year. And in the fall season, there were 17 teams taking part, but it was the Tigers as the last team standing. They won all 4 of their playoff games, and in the final in Boisbriand, the Tigers rode the Chambly Rapids for a 10-4 victory. So nice to see some more growth of the sport at the grassroots level.
Yeah, indeed. And finally, Mark, this is really cool. Very versatile athlete.
Yeah, well, Sarah Faith has been a gymnast for most of her life, but this week she learned that her best chance of achieving her Olympic dream might be through a different sport, which was freestyle skiing. Faith, 16, who lives in Montreal West, has been named as a finalist in the RBC Training Ground, the annual cross-country talent search run in partnership with the Canadian Olympic Committee and 8 Olympic sports. And over the past several months, more than 4,000 athletes from a wide range of sports participated in the free search, performing core speed, strength, power, and endurance tests. The 100 finalists were announced this week, and Faith's test results and background: she won gold at the 2018 Quebec Artistic Gymnastics Championship, caught the eye of the scouts from Freestyle Ski Canada's aerials program. So Sarah took part in the RBC Training Ground online this fall, with no expectations.
Yeah.
But when they saw her test results and that she was at a good level gymnast, she was invited to come and try the sport. Now, Sarah was on skis for the first time in February 2021, and even if she wasn't a high-level skier, she was showing a real aptitude. Sarah was also part of the first training ground trampoline test and was impressive on that. Now, during RBC training ground national final testing, the athletes will be tested again for their speed, power, strength, and endurance, and they'll be tested against sport-specific high-performance benchmarks over the course of a few hours under supervision of program sports partners in individual or small group formats. The 30 athletes will be announced, and they will get funding in early January of 2022. So, I mean, this is great for her, look at one way and maybe take a left turn and become an Olympian another way.
Yeah, it's really crazy. And it's interesting to know that it's funny. I wonder if she had ever been on skis in her whole life. Very, very cool. But I guess freestyle skiing, you just got to have that balance at the beginning, a little bit of speed to get going, and then the rest is your natural gymnastic instincts while you're in the air, and then certainly how to land. Sports at thesuburban.com for the email address if you want to reach Mark for this weekly segment or for the weekly newspaper. It's Weekend Game Plan here on TSN 690. So many texts to read out to our question of the day. They're all coming up next. If you want to get yours in as well, 11690 is that text box. The question of the day at 0-5. Would you like to see the Habs turn it around or tank for the top pick? That topic and more next.